Welcome back, my fellow aggressive learners. In this session, we are going to talk about border radius, outline, and then negative margin. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So, to get started, I'm going to wipe off most of this, right? And then I'm going to wipe off everything except the background color, and then let me refresh this. Beautiful. So I can also as well do this. All right, and then just do this. All right, I think this should be okay. Everyone should understand this. And then I'm going back to my HTML. I want to clean off all these and just write outline there, right? And then I want to remove this. All right, I want to remove this, and then I want to put an image here. All right, let me just put an image src, and then the image, I want to pick it up from my file. I called it image. All right, so now I've got this image. Now let's get started. Let's move to this place. Now I want to first of all do a border radius on this, and then do a border radius on this. All right, good. So to do border radius, the first thing you need to do is to make sure you define border. All right, you must first of all define border. All right, so some people will naturally go ahead and create border radius direct. It's okay, it's okay. You can see it works out. You can see this was the initial um, looks. All right, this was the initial look, but the moment you added border radius to be 30 pixels, immediately it reflected. All right, now you can also go ahead and do border 2 pixel, and you do solid, or you could do dash, whichever one that is convenient for you. Dashed, and then you give it a color of what, green. Yeah, I think that's okay. And then you make it a little bit thicker, 6 pixel. I think that's good enough. Then from here, so that you'll be able to see the border radius you are giving, border radius, and then you can say your border radius is 10 pixel, right? Yeah, and as such you can see what it looks like. All right, so let's go ahead and implement border radius on this image. So how do I do that? I can just say image border radius. I want to do 50 pixel, or 50%. Okay, you can see it's already turning into something I'm looking out for. But however, this image, the background is already out, so I can actually do margin 30 pixel around. I don't know if I'm getting something right, but I think I'm actually doing something that I don't want. So this might not help us demonstrate the image better. So let me go ahead. I want to show you, now that you've seen negative margin, I want to take away this image. So I will demonstrate negative margin for you. Okay. Let's go ahead with the images. Okay. Let me give the image a width. Let me give the image a width of 50 pixel. All right, and then let me give it a margin left 0. Auto, this means it should be centralized, right? Okay, if I'm getting it right. Okay, so let me just leave this. So you can also move away. Let's do 4 REM and see what happens. Okay, beautiful. We're moving closer. So do 10 REM. I think that's okay. Now, I want us to do a negative margin, all right? A negative margin. Let's increase the width of this to 80. I think that's okay. Let's do a negative margin. A negative margin is, and I want to do margin top, all right? I want to do choose margin top. Margin top, I want to do minus 50 pixel. Now watch the way the picture flies up. That means it's not enough. I could do minus 100 pixel. And then here we go. I could do minus 130. And here we go. I could do minus 150, like that, like that, like that, like that, like that. Minus 50. Right? So you can play around with it. I think we've got it to the end. So this is what negative margin can actually help you to achieve, right? It can actually help you to achieve. Now, having understand what a negative, what border radius is and how you can achieve that, and we now know what negative margin is. All right, so negative margin is automatically when you add what a negative value to a negative you when you assign negative sign to the value of what of your margin, whether top, bottom, or whatever it is. Once you assign a negative value, it goes to the opposite direction. So having seen that, let's look at what outline is, right? So let's go ahead and give an outline. Let me centralize my text align center. Right, so I got my text. So the first thing I want to do is outline outline width. Outline width, what is it? Let me just do 10 pixel. Right, so outline style, yeah, it's up to you. Let me do solid. Let me do solid. So outline color, let me do white for instance, and then let me give this thing a padding so that it makes sense. Padding top 3 rem. Let me give everywhere, both left, right, and corner. I think 1 rem is okay. 1 rem, both left, right, and corner. Now that I've got this, let me give my use a different color and see what happens. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So you can see our outline. Now our outline is supposed to take what to call offset. Outline, outline offset. Somebody will say, what's the difference between this and normal border? The difference is that it's exactly this offset we're about to define now. That is the difference. Then, all right, let me make it to be 20, and I am going to reduce the pixel size to 5, width to 5, and then I'm going to change this to white so it could make a better sense. Good. Now I am going to put this offset to be 10. Right? Good. I hope this makes sense, right? You can't just achieve this with a width. It is only an outline that can give you something like this. Of course, you might define a button. For instance, let's assume that this is a button, and of course you did 0.3 rems, and of course you reduce your in fact, you took your time to reduce this whole thing and all that, you would naturally be able to design. In fact, you can sometimes it will be necessary to have something like this. Yes, it will be necessary to have something like this, and you would naturally need it at some point. Of course, you can turn it to black. It's up to you. You know what you're doing and all that. So that is what we mean by outline, all right, negative margin, border radius, and so So, in case you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please go ahead and hit on the subscribe button on my YouTube channel. All right, and then see you in the next video. Thank you.